Hi everyone, it's Monday, Member Monday here at the Independent Contractors and Businesses Association, the mighty ICBA. I'm Jordan Bateman, I'm Vice President Communications for ICBA, joined by
the Vanessa Neal, Membership Services Coordinator for ICBA on a Daylight Savings Monday.
That's
Can
right.
we just highlight that?
Yes.
I'm feeling a little sleepy today.
I did love the 7 o'clock sunshine last night.
That was great,
But
yes.
in the mornings, it's rough.
I don't know about your house, but I was convincing my kids, come on, we got to get in bed. I know you're not going to understand this. We're all going to be tired in the morning. They didn't go to bed till probably 9:30, which was 8:30. So
yes.
It was
this is last night or the night before?
Last night. So
Jack had hockey practice at 7:45 Sunday morning.
Yeah, not so great.
Which is actually 6:45.
Yeah.
It's a whole thing.
I'm hoping that it's going to go through and this year will be the end of it because I think we're just all over it.
I don't know.
You like it?
It doesn't bother me as much.
Oh.
It's like not the most pressing thing in my little world. So
no,
when you have babies, I understand it, and toddlers. But now that I'm out of that, I'm like, eh.
I just feel like we're all generally sleep deprived. The last thing we need is to lose an hour. And there's a bunch of stats on accidents and workplace accidents, and definitely spikes. So
True.
Let's kibosh that. But anyway, how was your weekend?
Weekend was good. I see you went skiing.
I did. Yeah, I'm trying to cram in a lot of days. We did afternoon skiing. I took the boys, met a girlfriend up there. We went to Seymour. We're sampling all the mountains this year, so we went to Seymour. Ended up all the clouds burnt off. It was blue sky. It was great. We had a good little run. Kids going over some jumps.
Nice. Yeah, you can follow
Vanessa
on her Instagram. You can see the.
It's good.
Vanessa's a big Instagram stories person.
I am.
I am not. I'm more like the traditional Instagram because I don't know why, but that's just.
You got to get on the stories.
I don't know.
Nice shirt, by the way.
Well, thank you.
We have new merch.
ICBA shirts, and today is ICBA One Day Monday.
One Day Monday.
And Vanessa bucked the trend here.
I wore mine on Friday. Okay, it's
Vanessa
still in the
and
wash.
Desiree, she also bucked the trend. So
I didn't see a note on that.
It was in the Friday email.
I'm sorry. It was last week was very busy. There was a lot that happened.
All right. It's true, yes.
Give me a little leeway.
Yes. Rex Murphy, we had to postpone him because he was ill. But
a day before, so.
Now we're working on a new date in April.
Yes. Fingers crossed that we'll be back in Fort St. John.
We should probably talk about coronavirus.
No.
About,
we're not talking about that. We're not mentioning it. No, we're skipping right over.
All right. Well, we were skipping over, but we will be talking to members about it. We have some stuff coming out later on this week in a member email. But the main thing is, folks, read the BC Ministry of Health updates.
Wash
the
your
BC,
hands. Don't touch
Center
anything.
for Disease Control. That is where we're all.
And don't buy all the toilet paper and flour. What is up with that?
Okay, so I'm at Save On Monday or Sunday morning grocery shopping. And, we've been joking around our house, and we had about 30 rolls in the house. But then I get to the toilet paper aisle, and there's toilet paper there. Okay. And it's on sale. And I have this personal thing where if it's on sale,
if it's on sale, you have to buy it. You have to buy it.
But then I had this
how much should I buy?
Well, no, I just bought one, but it was 20
the big
rolls.
One. Okay.
But I put 5. There's 5 of us at home. I don't know. I felt bad, and I felt like people were judging me as I was walking out. Oh, this guy's buying toilet paper.
Okay.
But anyways, I was happier to report that hand soap was sold out.
Oh, and my mom sent me a text on the weekend showing an aisle at Superstore. All the flour was completely gone.
Yeah, that's weird.
I don't know if that's happening in the rice aisle too. People are just stocking up on the basics.
Yeah, I didn't check the rice.
I also find it funny to hear people stocking up on canned goods, beans, and tuna and salmon. I'm thinking, if you get this virus, you're not eating canned beans and you're not eating canned tuna.
Well, it's more the quarantine, and if everyone's quarantined.
If you're stuck.
Yeah, if you're stuck.
Yes.
But those of us who have family around, and would. Right? I don't know. Okay, anyways, that's fine. This weekend I also did my taxes.
Oh, so good for you. I need to do that.
Thank you, RSPs, and
do you do it
my
yourself?
wife's. I got the TurboTax.
Yeah.
You sit there on the table, and it's all spread out, and all the bills.
I do ours, but I'm procrastinating.
The funny thing about taxes is that it's a little bit of a walk down memory lane for a year, because you're oh yeah, you're sorting bills, and you're oh yeah, Danica broke her knee this year. I forgot about that, right? You're kind of going through, and that's kind of cool. And then Jack won. They won their basketball championship.
I saw that. Congrats to Jack.
Jack, yeah. So their team went 15-0 and
That's a big
ran
deal.
through everyone. And Jack is not a great scorer by any stretch of imagination, but he is a pesky defender.
He's a hustler.
Yeah. So he loves. I actually think he loves stealing the ball from other kids more than he loves scoring. So
that's part of the fun, right?
Yeah.
We had a big week with sports too. We were at the soccer field every single day last week. Both boys had evaluations for rep soccer. Happy to report they both made it. So this is a pretty big deal. Went from about 70 kids down to 36.
Nice,
so it was a little bit brutal. So we are happy to be moving on with that. And one of the coaches said he was laughing at my post saying, I'm so ready for a break. He said, what are you talking about? Lacrosse starts this week.
Oh, yes. Yes.
So I got a small little window, right?
How was lacrosse? Langley Lacrosse was trying to recruit us.
Your club has a very big program in Langley. They have 5 teams to R1.
Oh, well, they're short players this year because they were trying to recruit Jackson and claiming that, he'd be great at it. And we're like, he's never picked up a stick.
He would be great. He's athletic.
Yeah, I don't know. He's small. Right. It's a tough guy.
The world of parent sports.
But we met some members recently.
We met a lot of members.
Yes. Oh yeah, you and I went. We saw Corporate and Center Electrics.
Yes.
Those are different electrics.
There's a lot of companies with C Electric that honestly is messing me up. So I'm working on that.
Yeah. So Corporate Electric down in Vancouver, commercial industrial work.
Big company. Just kind of under the radar.
And very loyal clients, so they kind of under the radar, working with their same groups of folks.
Good family run, story.
Family run.
Gotta love that.
35 years, been around forever, but like everyone else, having troubles finding employees.
Yeah. Common theme.
Although I think this is the week we hit recession, so.
Really?
Could be interesting.
Yikes.
Well, the markets are falling off.
Yeah.
Oil is dipped.
It is a bit scary.
Spending's going to be up on the healthcare side, so.
You hear all these rumbles too about people freaking and pulling out all their money because they're worried.
Yeah.
And
Yes. Right? I'm playing the long game in my investments, so.
I think that's the smart thing to do.
What else can you do?
I'm not making any panic decisions.
Yeah, but it is the big problem is on the economic front in Canada is that you have the Trudeau government, and generally the rule of thumb is in good times you pay down your debt as a government.
Right.
They decide to keep borrowing, and we had very good years for the past 5-6 years, and they actually increased the debt substantially. And now you're coming into bad times and you're running a $40 billion deficit. That can easily become 80 or 100 just like that. And that, I think, is a lot of economists very concerned.
Right.
And the same, balanced budgets up till now in BC, but it seems highly unlikely that Carol James and John Horgan will be able to hold the line on this one, despite what they're still saying now. So, yeah, you can see... It definitely
gives you an uneasy feeling
recession,
of what's happening.
Job losses... we've seen job losses 7 of the last 8 months in BC, so it's not great. No. It's not great. And construction, especially residential, is starting to slow down. Housing starts are down, and there'll be some tough times coming up. But nonetheless, Central Electric, they will be okay.
Yes.
Good group of loyal clients. I liked his story because he kind of got into the business around the Olympics.
Yes. Yeah. And they were really busy and lots of projects on the go, and found a way to just keep plugging away after that.
Yeah, exactly. And this is, I didn't, it's funny, the more these companies we meet, it's interesting how the Olympics are such a key point in their evolution as a company.
Yeah.
And this was another one like that. So, and then you and Chris went out and met a few folks.
We did. Chris and I were out meeting people last week as well. Concord Painting. I think we met another one of the original ICB members. Ooh. I think they started up the year that ICBA formed.
Nice.
They knew Phil. Really great story. He was there was only 13 other commercial painting companies, and he was one of the 13 that was the only non-union.
Wow.
And so he was telling us a story how he was getting death threats on the answering machine, people showing up, harassing him.
That's crazy.
And he persevered. Yeah. Really great story. So he's been in business for a really long time. They've got a good little chunk of employees over there. Still the same issues though, hard to find people. Kids coming out of school aren't necessarily thinking of being a commercial painter, but there's so many opportunities there. Yep. So I know we're working hard on this side to change that narrative as well and encourage kids to go into the trades and choose it first. Sure. So many opportunities. But yeah, really, really great story over there.
Yeah, and then you also met City Projects.
We did.
Big developer.
Moss was great. Love hearing another story of how he started out as a carpenter and literally just transformed this whole business. They do a lot of tenant improvement work, but now they're kind of a full service company for everything from demo to the end, working the design elements, working with design companies. Literally, it's such a cliche saying, but a one-stop shop, so you can go to them and they'll help you with everything.
Yeah.
But same thing, just worked hard and built his company up. And I think those are the stories that we really have to tell.
I mean, it's impressive, right? 100 plus employees.
Right. It started as a carpenter.
That's unbelievable, right?
And he's been in business for a long time, so has rode out the highs and lows and found a way to overcome the challenges. And yeah, really, really great story over there too.
Yeah. So again, we always say it, but if you have any kind of entrepreneurial bent at all, trades are a great thing to get involved in. Get the practical skill, learn that part of the business, and then go on and form your own. And 10 years from now, we could be talking about you.
And I think just telling people, like his example at City Projects, he became a carpenter, got his Red Seal trade, but that wasn't it. Went into business, started his own company, and now it's completely evolved.
I just touched my face there. That's so bad.
Uh-oh. Let's get you a mask.
Do you know how
bad. I know we were going to talk about it a lot. Do you know how many people I've seen when I look over in the car and they have a mask on in the car? Riddle me this. What is...
I don't know. It's...
And I have to say, so we're going away. We're going to Hawaii. My kids are actually going to Hawaii this week, a week before without us. So Grandma came over on the weekend, armed with, she left giant Lysol wipes. She wants the kids to start taking these vitamins. She left Redoxon. She called the hotel. She's worried.
Yes.
So then we found out 2 very interesting stats about COVID. 2 that both my boys have been repeating back all weekend. 1, it doesn't like warm temperatures. Great. We're going to Hawaii.
Nice.
2, it also doesn't like alcohol. Keep that in mind, people. So random, right?
Yeah, that is weird.
So I'll be having a couple extra Mai Tais, I think, on this vacation. Yeah, do my due diligence.
It is right, because you come on spring break. We're headed to Nashville.
There's a lot of people traveling.
Right, to Nashville in 2 weeks. My wife and I are going down a little bit early, then I'm staying for a conference. And you're like, is this conference even going to happen?
Well, it's the plane stuff, right?
There's only 3 cases in all of Tennessee.
Yeah.
But the Americans aren't really testing.
No.
So.
And I'm not, generally I feel like I'm fairly level-headed about this whole thing. I don't like traveling on planes anyway because I feel like I always get sick at some point. You see how they're not really cleaned. Now we're going to add in this extra element.
Yeah.
That does make me a little bit leery.
You are going to take them on the plane with you.
I don't know, or just try. Like even I feel.
We were at the movie theater on Friday night.
Don't you find though when you go to stuff like that, you're a bit more mindful of not touching the doors or like using your elbows? Friday night,
and we always sit. Colossus was open 15 years in Langley. We always sit in the same 2 seats, far right side, right in front of the bar near the front.
Okay.
And because we don't like people in front of us, and I came in and I'm like, does that look sticky? That looks sticky. And I accidentally touched it. I'm like, went to wash my hands before I had popcorn.
Yep, you do think about these things.
And then some of these bathrooms, you're washing your hands and you're like, my hands, I think, are cleaner than this bathroom. You're like, ooh, yuck. But, you're starting to think about it. And, our director of training is coming back from visiting her folks in Germany. She's probably going to have to self-quarantine for 14 days just in case. Well, Germany is a big outbreak area, right?
And I heard it this morning on the news saying Italy is now the 2nd country with the most cases. They've now locked down 16 million people, which is crazy.
It's crazy,
But then they follow that up with just a reminder: Canada's risk is still very, very low. But I think we just have to be mindful. That's it, and
your risk is low until it's not, right? Like these things don't go in a linear pattern. It's going to explode.
I didn't tell you this. I didn't post this on my Insta stories on the weekend. So I live very close to the border. I go to get cheap gas all the time, and as soon as I come back to the border, there wasn't even the what are you bringing back? How are you bringing back? Straight into, are you feeling ill? No, I'm not. I'm okay. Have you been to Iran? No, also no to that.
What if you say yes?
Well, I was thinking, what if I was, you know what, actually?
Yes.
I don't know. Were they going to pull me over and lock me in a thing? I'm not sure. But it just, and then I said, what, are a lot of people traveling to Iran? And then he wanted to go into the whole, I've got some info. No, I'm good. I know what this is about. Yeah. I'm fine.
Yeah, well, Life Labs last week, I gave my weekly or my monthly blood test for my warfarin, but they...
They'd asked you a whole bunch of travel places,
a month ago, I went in and they were like, have you been to China in the last 14 days? No. Okay, great. But this time it was like China, Japan, Italy, Iran. Like it was like a list of 8 or 9 countries, and you're like, oh my God.
Well, and it is the travel. So 2 really good friends of mine, one have a huge 40th birthday trip planned to Japan. So they've had this in the works for a year.
Yep.
So they're kind of waiting to see because lots of parts of Japan are closed.
going to Japan.
And another friend has a big birthday trip planned with her friends. They were going to go to the south of France, parts of Italy. So now they're just, it's this whole limbo.
Yeah.
Like one of my really good friends works for Air Canada, and she said they're already seeing a cut back in hours because all these people that were going to travel over spring break are now canceling all their plans.
Well, and friends of ours on Jack's hockey team.
It's going to have an effect in a lot of ways.
They're celebrating the grandparents' 50th wedding anniversary. 28 of them are booked on a cruise to go out of LA next weekend. And what's annoying is that
the cruise ship, I think I would be leery about that.
But the government just doesn't come out and say it, right? Like today, the chief medical officer for Canada said, well, we highly recommend you don't go on cruise ships. Look, if you don't want us to go on cruise ships, just ban it.
Right.
Just ban it. Like, just say
we highly recommend
90 days we're not doing any cruise ships.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, you've got cruise ships about to start arriving in Vancouver and Victoria.
Right.
$2 billion a year
in
for the
tourism
BC
money.
economy.
Yeah, that's scary. You
right?
don't want to start saying no to that, but
it's worrisome. So
then you don't want to put all of us in danger, right? Because you let these cruise ships in.
It is so hard to decide what to do there. So that family's having to make a decision. And the funny thing is, one of them is a nurse, and she's like the biggest skeptic of it all. Like she's like, we've seen it all before.
Right.
But you're like, it's not even getting sick, because none of them would be high risk, I don't think. It's being quarantined on a boat for 14 days in a small room with your 4 children.
Well, and that's what my girlfriend said. Can you imagine being quarantined they were supposed to go 2 weeks in Japan, 1 week to Vietnam. What if they get quarantined to Vietnam and can't come back? You're in this foreign country. You're stuck in a hotel. Your choice, maybe not. It's that stuff that is a little bit worrisome.
Yeah, so in construction, here's what we know. Construction, very low risk industry. Lots of
they did say it's a positive, a lot of workers outside.
Yeah, you work outside. Wind, rain elements, that helps. It's not like in the office space. Most construction workers wear gloves, hats, often wear masks. Definitely more clothing. So it's safer than certainly an office job. But we're watching all these different situations evolve, and we'll be definitely keeping our members up to date on that. Okay, what members need to know this week?
Let's talk about this. It's exciting. It's here.
The baby has arrived. The new 2020 ICBA member book, Building the Future, with the picture on the front is
I'm very excited about
Lark
this.
Developments building in Surrey. Could be Lark Group, very close to where we are going to be next year.
That's exciting. This is great. We're super excited about this. This is version 2. A nice little piece. All your information, everything you need to know about ICBA in this book. Great references from everything we did last year, projects we've worked on, activities and events that we've hosted.
Affinity program, benefits information, events, all that good stuff.
Yeah,
it's all
it's great.
There.
It's a good little resource tool for sure.
So when you get this in the mail, don't throw it out. Stop, take a look at it, put it on your shelf. There's also handy dandy at the very back contact page, back cover. So if you need to get hold of one of us, you can find us easily.
Yeah, it's not going to take up a lot of space.
We don't have fancy securities or executive assistants filtering us out. That's our direct phone number. You can get us right there. So watch for that.
They will be all getting mailed out. Also, if you get one of these and you're not sure if you've paid your membership invoice, please contact me.
Yeah, please.
They've all gone out. Reminders have gone out. So
we would like that. All right. Did you know ICBA Benefits is one of the largest third-party administrators of benefits in British Columbia? And
that's a good
I'm going to let you in a secret. Soon to be Canada.
Yeah, that's even better.
Big news is happening on that front across the country, which we can't quite share yet, but when it does, we'll be sure to humble brag here on Member Monday. But if your benefits are up, if you would just like to see programs so you can get a better deal on benefits.
I was just going to say that it doesn't hurt to just ask us for a quote. We are not a high pressure sales team. There's nobody at the end of the line making a ton of money, driving some fancy vehicle, getting rich.
No.
It is going back into ICBA. So I always think in terms of if this was me and my business, I would want to make sure I'm allocating my money in the right spots and that I'm getting the best value for that. You can rest assured that if you give us your benefit business, you're going to be in good hands.
Yeah, your membership fee is a huge part of how we're funded, but even more so than that are the folks who get benefits through us, because that helps fund our advocacy, our training, our workforce development, all that good stuff. All right. I think we've talked about everything.
I think so. It looks. I'm hoping this weather sticks around.
3 more hockey games for my kid this week, and then that's done.
This is the first Monday when was September? A very long time ago. We have nothing tonight.
So you're going to have like a family dinner?
We're going to have a dinner. The kids are leaving, as I mentioned, without us on Thursday, very early in the morning for a week before. And I just kind of want to soak up these next couple weeks before we're back into it with all the good stuff. But just take a minute and enjoy it. Blue sky, sunshine. It already feels, isn't it crazy how just that change in the weather makes you feel?
It is nice.
I don't know. I feel invigorated by it.
It is nice. All right. There you go.
Have a great week, everybody. Contact us if you need anything.
Bye.